Hello there, this is Matt from Low Spec Action Squad, and I finally figured out what was going on. Now, I didn't want to activate this computer because I was only doing this for testing purposes. This was eventually going to become a Linux machine. But unfortunately, the trial version of Windows 10 will not use two CPUs. It saw both CPUs, but it will not use them. Windows 10 Pro, I should specify, Windows 10 Home will not use two CPUs at all, even if it is activated. But regardless, now that it is seeing and utilizing both CPUs, in theory, we should now be able to use all 4 threads in Cinebench. Now, if you have watched the last part, then you should know that we had a 142 and a 143 score over 2 consecutive runs. Only one of the runs was shown on camera. So, once this loads, we will be able to compare our scores and see, at least in Cinebench, how well the CPUs scaled. So there's our old saved score of 142. Let's go ahead and see how this works. Hopefully it'll use, there we go, 4 threads, 4 cores, 4 threads, 3 gigahertz. Alrighty, that is a lot better. So while this is going on, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit so it's not just sitting here idle. Most programs, just like with SLI and GPUs, most programs will not scale perfectly across 2 entirely separate processors. In the old days, you'd get maybe a 50% to a 75% boost because some of the second CPU was dedicated to the actual overhead of running 2 simultaneous processors, and then of course you'd lose some to the actual interconnect between the devices. This is before things like Infinity Fabric and Hypertransport. Unfortunately, this particular computer is right on the tail end of those old dark days for dual CPU systems. Socket LGA 771, that is. But Cinebench does scale particularly well with multiple CPUs. So we will see how much that overhead, the background overhead, impacts us. Hopefully not too much. Then we'll be able to get some benchmarks in games. I've already benchmarked Diablo 3, only because I wanted to play it, and I was too lazy to go get my real computer. So I will have a good comparison of before and after with that particular game. Wow, this is going a lot faster than last time. Let's see if we can beat the i5 laptop CPU. That would be nice. Almost done. That's really strange. Even after activating Windows 10 Pro, it still says Windows 8. That's very strange. Alrighty, hey, that's not too bad. 287, that is... Boy, that's actually better than double. Huh. That's about, where one CPU would be 100% based on that one CPU. This is probably 203, 205%. We'll call that a perfect double in Cinebench. And of course, that won't be the case in most programs, but hey, that's not too bad. Anyway, thank you very much for checking out the second part of our little dual CPU adventure. This is Matt from Low Spec Action Squad, signing out.